shots. Now the Tac Visor will be coming through to try to lock down Decay. So maybe a bit of a waste on this one. Pushes around the corner. Never mind. He'll get the kill.
I think, you know, the funny thing about Tac Visor is it's useful in certain situations to track down high-moving heroes like this, but it's not actually a very powerful ultimate overall when you're in a straight-up team fight. Sometimes it can get you a pick if you're in a flanking location, but with a reset coming through here, it wasn't going to be that great against a, you know, Roar, who's now got his minefield available. Still, it does feel a little bit excessive to use it there.
I mean, no shields to block and no D-Matrix either, so can get a lot of value out of it. But speaking of value, Decay with the Pulse Bomb manages to find Youngjin, but Hydration again tries to come in and gets cut down by DM. The fight still very much going the way of the LA Gladiators as they look to get the flip. 94% here for the Shanghai Dragons. Not going to be able to force out that OT, but 96% still sitting pretty right now is Shanghai.
Youngjin's going to stick with the Soldier. You know, we had questions about whether that would be a swap after the Tac Visor there, the usage to kill the Tracer. And it is going to, you know, be a push with Soldier 76. Very much more difficult than defending with Soldier 76, as we were mentioning earlier. And his biggest fear is getting caught by either Decay or Surefour here. That Soldier 76 isn't going to last very long, even with his biotic field on the ground, against that amount of firepower.
Well, DM going to be ran down by Roar. The flip just comes through, however. Hello, guys. Point now over into the hands of the Shanghai Dragons. Gomsu, however, hacked out Decay. Managed to find the kill. Could just be a very fast flip back into the favor of the Gladiators here. It will be OT forced out by the Dragons. Sound Barrier comes through from Coma, but two members already gone. Now Youngjin going to get burnt down. Not a lot of value, really no value whatsoever from that Sound Barrier.
Yeah, very questionable Sound Barrier usage there, given that there was no position to where Youngjin could find damage, and there's no staying power on the point. And now they don't have the Sound Barrier for the EMP that Hydration is about to have to hold this point, and they haven't been able to lock him down. Where he is the question here for Shanghai Dragons. They don't have that information.
Start getting that back cap rolling through again. Hydration playing forward. Not going to get punished for that. Now has the EMP online. Surefour under fire, though. Going lower and lower, trying to survive. And pushing forward to the swap over onto the Tracer. Manages to find a kill onto Shaz. So now no nano boost available for the Gladiators. The flip still nearly there. Roar just trying to hold down the point. EMP is going to be dumped in. Catches a couple of members. Sound Barriers out from Biggoose. Finding three, but Hydration going to be eliminated. Ding comes up with a kill. Attack Visors back in for Youngjin. That means Decay is going to be gone. Biggoose trying to hide out. Will get taken down to the Dragons. Will establish dominance at the start of Busan here. Getting the victory on downtown.
Everyone's always excited to see some Soldier 76 back in the meta. This is pretty map specific though, what we're seeing from the Shanghai Dragons. And the tank matchup there, I have to say, feels like mostly went in Gomsu's favor, and that was a big problem for the Gladiators on their approaches. We also saw DM having a great amount of success in the matchup versus Surefour. It's frustrating when you're playing a Widow when you have to deal with so many different threats, and even the stray Helix rockets from a Soldier 76 is something you always have to be thinking about. You're dealing with the Sombra harassing, you're dealing with the enemy Widow, you're dealing with the Soldier, and also Gomsu can always flank and put you into a rough spot, so tough in this matchup. The Tracer, on the other hand, not as impactful overall. There's no Brigida on the other side, but still Decay, on one of his most famous heroes, is not finding too many kills.
Well, hack onto Roar, so Youngjin gets a very nice and easy kill there onto the enemy Wrecking Ball. DM, perfect angle here. Across the side, gets the headshot on the Surefour, and it's just going to be cleanup time. Los Angeles Gladiators looking like they're still loading into the game at the moment as Gomsu comes up with a double melee kill onto the support line to help ensure that first cap for Shanghai.
A nice kill there onto Hydration as well with the Helix rockets. The Helix rockets, you know, in close range can be almost likened to a flashbang because they come out so quickly. It's a very large explosion, and if someone is low enough health, you just get the insta blow up on them. So very risky to harass a soldier when you're low health, as the Sombra in this case.
Speaking of Helix rockets, as you were mentioning, comes through there on a Surefour. He'll get taken down by DM. Sleeps on the Gomsu, but will he get the punish? Goes back in, has the pile driver. Shaz going to get popped up into the air. Roar in the meantime trying to escape, but is unable to do so. He just burns him down. Shanghai maintaining control, approaching 30% as Biggoose just get melted.
At the beginning of Stage 1, we saw Gomsu, once he was the main tank for this roster, play a lot of Wrecking Ball on this map. He's very well versed in it. And Wrecking Ball's been buffed a little bit with the, you know, changes to Adaptive Shield. He's making it work.
Nanovisor, push it forward. Nothing that Surefour can do. It's going to be taken down now. Shaz as well in a bad position. Youngjin, however, Has he overextended? As the biofield slams that one down, pile driver will come through, chunks him out, and he'll get focused down. Biggoose scooping up that kill.
Nice lockdown.
Can they transition this onto a point capture is going to be the question. Roar hacked out, burned down below half, has to retreat, but Surefour finds another one as Ding gets picked.
Looks like this is going to be the retake. They need to grab it swiftly, though. There's no one to tag the point right now to delay other than Gamsu.
Yeah, does arrive in time. Gets pushed off the point, however, and has no HP, but the sound barrier actually going to keep him alive through the pulse bomb out from Decay. Now it's going to be the EMP dumped in by Hydration. Catches 3 members on the side of the Shanghai Dragons, but it's still going to be Roar the first to fall. DM follows up, gets Hydration again. He's got his number repeatedly in this series. Time and time again, finds a shot, gets rid of Surefour just before being taken down, but the fight is definitely gone the way of the Shanghai Dragons.
It's the Dragons fight. They can use this minefield to make it difficult to approach the point.
Okay, do you want to tag in? Got to take a lot of damage to do so.
I think this is pretty much all she wrote.
It very well could be. 96% moving up. Decay going to be eliminated. Ding finds that kill. Sound barriers out from Biggoose. Surefour over the walls. He'll be looking for a target, but needs to start clicking heads, and he needs to do it right now. 99% ticking down. Can somebody tag in? The answer is going to be no.
And the Shanghai Dragons kick things off with a bang, taking them down 2-0 on Busan.
Pretty nice start here for the Dragons. Showing the Soldier 76, already showcasing Youngjin's hero pool, so flexible. That's going to be important in a meta that's rapidly changing, rapidly shifting, heading into the beginning of our second stage.
Well, flexibility is super important. We'll see if the Gladiators can show a little bit more when we come back for Assault.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Access Pass. If you're not trialing it, if you don't already own it, what are you doing? Go get it right now. Try it out. It's great.
There's a lot of ways to learn and improve your gameplay from watching the pros, but sometimes it's just fun.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of chaos going on in every game. There's 12 players. You want to watch your favorite? Got that option.
We can't promise that it'll improve your personal gameplay, but it could help. It certainly could help, depending on which pro you're watching, because some of them, you know, some rough days here at the start of the stage too. But it's a great tool, so make sure you guys check that one out. But man, what a start for Shanghai Dragons. 2-0 there on Busan, able to just take that one straight up. 100-0 in that second round.
Yeah.
They couldn't get it at all. Gladiators looking really out of sorts at the start of the series.
Certainly true. I mean, in terms of triple DPS, we've seen a lot of this in previous metas in Korea, and Surefour comes in, he challenges DM. Most people would have favored most people would have favored Surefour in that matchup given his history, but DM is really on the rise right now here in the Overwatch League as a Widowmaker player, and the Tracer didn't have the same impact we saw there versus the Soldier 76. Much more sustainable, much more poke damage, very strong, at multiple points, he can do damage at close range with the Helix rockets against the Sombra, as we saw, but also on the other side of the coin, he can do damage at range, whereas a Tracer cannot, you know? So when you're running the Tracer versus the Soldier 76 in this situation, you're basically looking for solo kills via either one clips or pulse bombs, and if you're not getting those, you're just not able to put out the same amount of damage that a Soldier 76 can at both close range and far.
Yeah, that and the Sombra just regularly shut down hydration, struggling so much.
Yeah.
DM just taking his head off at every twist and turn. We do have a substitution, however, it's going to be Void taking a step in over Surefour. So we saw him briefly, just the one map, results in a loss, so Void comes in.
You know, this is not a performance-based sub, though. This is a map-based substitution. We saw Surefour in because they're running the triple DPS. Both teams are running D.Va-less compositions, so you don't need Void in that case. You need your hit scan specialist in Surefour, the Widowmaker player. Now that we're moving into Assault, you want to put Void back in. That Assault map will be Anubis. For the side of the Shanghai Dragons, we don't necessarily need to assume that they'll be going back to a 3-3 comp here, though, because there's so much flexibility on this roster. We haven't seen them play with Youngjin yet outside of his Soldier 76, but he might try something different here as well. He's played almost every hero the game has had to offer in his career, so I never want to say, well, we'll expect them to go back to 3-3. We do expect the Gladiators to do that, but for the Dragons, anything is possible here.
Let's see what these guys are going to piece together as we get ready to kick things off here. For map number 2, a Temple of Anubis. Gladiators going to be on the defense first. He said just going to be that 3-3 coming in with Roar over onto the Winston.
I don't think we'll necessarily see, you know, the Winston Wrecking Ball Genji attack here, but we have seen.
Why not?
We have seen it from China before. In fact, Team China has run similar comps to this in the past. We will see. I think this is going to be more of a scouting run first.
Okay. Taking a couple spam shots maybe for Ting, but continues to advance with the Junkrat. Maybe thinking that they're going to have a bunker composition set up on the mid ground here.
Yeah.
But they don't have that. No Orisa to be found. Ting still playing up with the squad, though.
Junkrat did get a damage increase on this patch, so...
That he did.
There's that plus the damage boost from the Mercies that he's going to try to use to break through the tanks. He's going to try to chunk them down here at range. There's no one who can punish him as well in these high ground positions that he has, because there's just no range damage on the side of the Gladiators.
Passing up, go up onto the top here. Just take a little bit of zaps from Roar. Tries to join in with the rest of the squad. Zarya Bubble very well timed. Makes it back in behind the Ryan Shield to stay alive. 20 HP there on Ding. But Gladiators unable to get the punish.
The scary part is going to be when he gets the Riptire. He hasn't done enough damage yet to be a threat in that regard, but he does get this high ground here. He's going to force the Gladiators to step on the point. That means they're going to be taking that extra damage from his grenades from high.
Primal Rage to start things off at the side of Roar. Can't really commit too far forward. Knows how much damage that Junkrat can really output. Finally gets into the back, though. Gets him in that nice little choke staircase up top. Manages to find him. So finishes him off, but is that going to be enough for the defense here for the Gladiators? Roar going to be taken down by Gomster. Now the Transcendence coming in from Shaz, but too late to keep the main tank alive. DM very high energy here with his Zarya, just looking for a target. Gonna beam him down, looking for Shaz. The Shatter comes in, and that'll be it. The K trades one back on a Luffy, but LA Gladiators completely broken in half here with this defense. Shanghai Dragons going to have a very nice 6-minute plus time bank for themselves as they cap A.
They just basically got more ult charge out of their attack than the Gladiators got out of their defense because they were always maintaining high ground. And even though Ding didn't get the Riptire, which was supposed to be the cherry on top, they got both support ultimates there. DM got high energy, didn't need to use the Graviton Surge, but was at 100 energy with a Nano Boost. That's almost impossible to stop. And, you know, they get a great time bank here now and hold that grab and the Riptire for B. This could be a double cap. No support ults here to stop this grab from getting massive value.
Looking forward, trying to break the shield here of Roar. Bubbles coming out, trying to keep him alive and build up that energy for Decay. Graviton Surge is online. Ding starting to poke out to the other side. Wraps back around. Still holding onto the tire. Goes low. Coma and Liffy both going to be taken down. 4 kills swiftly. Now 5 over to the side of the Gladiators. As they try to find DM, they see him. They'll push him back, and they will get a nice little punish onto him.
This is so massive for the Gladiators because there was this tiny window where DM was going to be able to, you know, use his Graviton. No one could counter it with support ultimates. And now Biggoose gets his. Shaz is 30% away. In this upcoming fight, he should be able to build that before the DM Graviton Surge really gets Shanghai Dragons enough positional advantage to take this B. So this is going to buy a lot of time for the Gladiators. That fight was almost the most important, and now they're closing that gap. 20% now left for Shaz.
Still so much time for Shanghai. Let's see what they can get done here. Gamsu tries to get that shatter online. Roar besting him in that regard. Both going to be swinging away. That's going to be the grab coming through, locking him up. Tyre in on top of it, maybe, but no, not going to be seeing it yet from Ting. He's still playing around the back side of the catacombs here, and Gamsu's just going to be taken down. Tyre now going to be coming through, looking for a target, but the sound barrier rolls in, and it's just not going to be enough to get the kills.
And both of those support ultimates that I was talking about, they both countered these ults. We saw the trance ready basically exactly the moment the grab was tossed out. Shaz uses that to live through that important attack ultimate, the Graviton Surge. Then we see Biggoose have the answer to the Tyre, and those were the two ults that were missing for the first push for the Shanghai Dragons, which could have resulted in a 5-minute plus time bank. They survived the first push. They got those support ultimates, and now, you know, the Gladiators can buy up to infinity time here. This is a realistic defense for them where they could hold, whereas the Shanghai Dragons don't have those oppressive tools. They don't have that advantageous window anymore, so no longer feeling great as a Shanghai fan here of a big time bank.
Gamsu taking a lot of damage here into the front. They're trying to keep him alive. Graviton Surge going to be thrown in by Decay, locking them up and taking them out. Swiftly done. One ult efficiency there on the fight for Gladiators.
And as the ultimate efficiency pendulum swings, you see Decay uses his grab here when there's no Transcendence on the side of the Dragons. They don't have one. By the time DM gets his, she just used, which was countered, Shaz is going to have another Transcendence. So right now, the Gladiators are in this position where they're one step ahead of the Dragons in terms of ults. And it's just very difficult to catch up in that regard without a really efficient fight. With Ding dying here, this push isn't going to be the one. Well, there is a res.
Yeah, they get the res there. Homa bringing him back into the fray. Still trying to play up against his left side from the defender's perspective. Now the Riptide are going to be opened up and taken down. Shaz just snatches that one right out of the air. Comes with a pin, however, does manage to find Roar. So still decent chances here for the Dragons as they make their way over onto the point. They get halfway to the first take. Ding will be popping hydration with that remote bomb. Now swinging away, Gamsu trying to knock Void out of the mech, will be able to do so. Still haven't gotten the tick yet, though. Gladiators doing well, biding their time. As that grab does come through. Biggoose taking shots, will be taken down. DM finding that killing blow. First tick finally going to roll through. Koma gets a res on the Gamsu. Straight back into the fight with the Shatter online. Can they contest this? Starts pushing his way forward, drops down the hammer, but he's not going to find too many targets to lock up. Ding in the meantime, just going to be lobbing nade after nade into the sides there, trying to find some kills. Gamsu gets roared. TM going to be taken down. Gladiators trying to hold out hope, trying to keep this defense rolling as they've already chewed so much time up the bank. 2 minutes now remaining on the clock for the Shanghai Dragons. This Luffy's going to be taken down. Koma going to be eliminated as well.
There's just
the
not
sound
enough
barrier
kills.
helping to seal the deal here. The Gladiators maintain control. They surrender 87.8%.
And this is really, really rough now for the Dragons. They needed a few additional eliminations there to really secure that final point. The defender always has the respawn advantage. Shaz, playing like a god, kills the Riptide previously. Now he's got another Transcendence. DM's not even halfway to the Graviton Surge they need to win this. It's going to have to be a big Riptide, but even that is predictable. And the Gladiators have already shut it down once. We're out of tools here. You know, if you're the Shanghai Dragons, you don't have a great way to crack this open.
Well, pushing forward, Roar looking for the Shatter. Not going to find too much. So ult for free, and he gets trapped, actually. Now the target to roll through. Decay this time. Going to be the one to take it down, but again, it's still going to be a main tank loss for the side of the Gladiators. The Dragons make their way over onto the point. Graviton Surge comes through, locking up Gamsu. He's got the shield raised to block out that self-destruct. Res going to be interrupted. Koma unable to bring anyone back into the fray. 55 seconds remaining. Dragons, are you in onto the point, or are you going to peel back? Biggoose going to get pinned, but not going to be taken down. Shaz taking a nap in the back, but now finally going to be waking up to help turn things around. The Shatter, absolutely huge from Gamsu, but can they get the kills? Roar, he raises the shield, and he is going to stay alive. They cannot get him. 38 seconds remaining. Gladiators holding out hope here on B.
Really interesting usage of the ultimates from the Dragons as well. They nano boosted the Junkrat, but that doesn't actually affect the Riptide. That was changed many patches ago. He doesn't actually get to use the extra damage because he's in Riptide animation. Some interesting decisions, some weird timings here. Not the most damage they could have ever asked for the Junkrat. No ultimates here for the final push. It looks hopeless right now for a B capture.
Need to pull off bit of a miracle at the moment, but look how much damage they're taking just on the approach. Still high energy here is Decay. The grab ready to go, slams it down. Catches them all right on the corner. The shatter for good measure. Roar gonna find the kill onto Youngjin that way. And this will be a successful hold on B for the Gladiators.
Very well done. A long hold, very efficiently done. They had the ult advantage the whole way through. They never stumbled. Shanghai Dragons trying to make the Junkrat work, but in the long term, it absolutely does not.
89.5% established by the Dragons. Let's see if the Gladiators can exceed that when we come back.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Gladiators looking like they're stabilizing here on Temple of Anubis. Successful defense on point B. They give up 89.5%, but all they have to do is exceed that, and they will go ahead and tie up this set.
Very impressive plays from Shaz in particular. I feel like we need to highlight his clutch shutdown on the first Riptire, which could have really, led to the Dragons getting a massive snowball into a huge time bank. At the end of the day, they end up with nothing. They don't even finish B. The composition we see is what you and I like to call the halt hook combo with the Roadhog gear and the Orisa. You can halt using Orisa's right click there and pull someone into hook range. It's impossible to avoid. And you've got the Orisa Junkrat on top of that. What you are missing in this composition is a traditional Brigitte player, right? But that's not really necessary in this meta. Decay identifying this, running the Genji off the start. Very smart. No way to stun him.
A very heavy dive as well as Hydration's going to be on the Wrecking Ball alongside Roar's Winston. Tank Lion, however, taking a lot of damage and Void going to get popped out. Youngjin able to find that hit. Ult over to the side, just going to be finishing off that Baby Diva.
It's unfortunate Decay's not really able to do any damage on this push and now they're trapped here, so they're just going to lose time. There's no way out. Oh.
Ooh. Okay, well, decent turnaround. Dashes his way through, gets the kill on a Ding.
Never doubt Decay's Genji, ever. Never.
Yeah.
Why did I do it?
Making you eat those words a little bit, but doesn't build up too much in the way of the Dragon Blade yet. Shaz about to have that nano ready, so come on, man.
Well, the problem,
get that blade.
The problem is DM is still able to do free damage. Free rain.
Not damage in on Decay. Roar going to be jumping through. He's going to be the recipient of that nano boost. Now Void managing to find Loopy. Gamsu going to be taken down. DM drags one back as Shaz will get popped, but they're in onto the point and starting to tick their way up. Gladiators might just have it right here. So coming through. Gamsu going to be raised back in. Decay dropping down, trying to get some shots here on the DM. Nice deflection, trying to keep himself alive.
Valkyrie's out too here, but they need to get a kill. They're not killing anyone right now. The point is controlled by the Gladiators.
Yep, Hydration swinging his way through, trying to push them off. Whole Hog going to be coming through. That's going to force out the Primal Rage from Roar. He's taking a lot of damage, a lot of focus fire coming through onto that Winston. Going to be disappearing on straight. Nice sleep here from Shaz, locking him up, and that is going to be the M taken down. Guma's stopped by Roar. The point will be capped. Similar time for the Gladiators that we saw from Shanghai on their cap as they get ready to push forward.
And Shaz is so happy right now that everyone capped low on HP because he just jumped up 20% closer to a nano.
He's
They're
just nailing
on the
everything.
point.
He's going to have 2 nanos for 1 blade from Decay. Well, eventually.
Eventually. So this isn't going to be the one, but that was close to being the double cap. But now they've got so many ultimates. For the Shanghai Dragons, though, they have the Riptire, and if Ding positions himself correctly, he can utilize the Riptire to shut Decay down. You can't deflect that one, and that's the big ultimate the Dragons have. Sure, there is a Transcendence, but that's something that could easily be baited out in the earlier fight when the Gladiators come through. Those are the best tools. Luckily for the Dragons, those are the tools that they have to shut this push down.
All right, bomb to open things. Throwing into the backboard, looking for a pick, unable to find one. Shaz just spamming away from the back lines here, trying to keep hydration alive at the moment, waiting for that blade to be pulled so he can advance that nano. Gets to sleep on the Gamsu, unable to get the bio nade, but Ding's still going to be taken down. The blade is out. Decay looking for a target, only has a couple more seconds. Can he deny the res? He cannot get the kill. Going to be trapped. Ding, is he going to get the kill? No, it's going to be Gamsu. Charging his way through, splatters him against the wall, completely flattened the Genji. Not going to get anything from that ult. Decay just going to be swapping it out over onto the Zarya as the Dragons look pretty darn good at the start of this defense, but there's still a lot of time in the bank.
Decay's lived through the beginning of the Brigitte meta where Genji started to fall off and he became almost an Anubis exclusive hero in Korea. And usually when you see Dragon Blades against a Brigitte, the team tries to kill the Brigitte with you together. You kill the Brigitte instantly, there's no stun, then the Dragon Blade pops off. In this case, he tried to kill the Mercy to prevent the res, but they got caught in a trap. That's massive. That was the ult combo the Gladiators wanted to get B with and win this map with. And now they're just going to swap over to 3-3. They've got a massive time bank to win one massive fight with an ult advantage, but it's going to take time to build that advantage because they're behind right now.
Will be the rally at least so allowed to elongate this fight. Decay is going to be hounding down that tire again. No luck really for Ding in that regard, but Gamsu comes up with basically a quadra kill as he pops Void out of that mech and sets the stage for Ding to get the rest.
And the problem with the Shanghai Dragons' defense is, or what could become the problem with their defense, is that eventually the Gladiators will, if they play this correctly, walk into the point with better ults, because the Dragons have to continually use them, because if they fail one defense, they lose the map, and the Gladiators don't have to commit anything.
All right.
But picks like this one are going to elongate this, this attack to where it takes longer to get those ults. It's going to burn through a lot more of that time. So the Gladiators need to be careful about this approach. That's why the Dragons are fighting so far away from the point right now, is they're trying to get solo picks to just stop these eco pushes.
Go ahead and take another look here at Gamsu, scooping up this multi-kill.
Meanwhile, Riptire going in. Another failed Riptire, it looks like, for Ding.
Not going to find anything, but
it's going to be enough.
It's a zoning tire, you know?
The damage. You know, you don't always have to get the kills with it.
A lot of damage going through onto the Gladiators. Void can get knocked out again. DM just beaming him down.
So the ultimates that the Shanghai Dragons really want to avoid using, if possible, are the Graviton Surge for DM and the Transcendence for Luffy. The grab can keep them off the point, and the Transcendence can shut down Decay's next grab. So if they can keep winning these fights without using those ultimates, you know, obviously DM doesn't have it yet, but he's on his way to, then that is going to be ideal. That's a world in which Shanghai gets the fuller hold here on B and wins the map.
Well, playing this one out patiently.
As
some hesitation, trying to figure out which way they should go on this approach.
They just need to get that last 12% and then force the trance. Easier said than done, but that is definitely the play here. 60 energy, that's plenty enough to go through.
Sound barrier to open things. Biggoose leading the charge. Yeah. Hydration takes a lot of damage. Decay looking for the setup. Tire coming through from Ding this time. No one's shutting it down, but Ding going to be picked off. Biggoose managed to find the kill. Hydration going to be taken down at the same time by the tire. Transcendence going to be out from either side. The grab going to be coming through, locking up the members of the Shanghai Dragons here just on the side of the point as they try to work their way up. Void of the bomb, managed to find a pick off on a Coma. Now the spawning grab comes in from the Shanghai Dragons, but can they get the kills? So far the answer is going to be yes, as Roar will be taken down, but the Gladiators managed to find Luffy. Void holding on by a thread here. Trying to get popped back up with that mech so he can stay in. Gamsu going to be taken down now. Youngjin going to be gone. Decay finding a double. The res comes through from Coma. He puts Gamsu right back into the fight. He's still very long ways away from that next shatter. Gladiators can't really stick around. They're on the cusp of getting this tick, but they can't quite get it yet.
Youngjin Doomfist coming out.
Pushing forward, DM going low. Youngjin managed to find Shaz at the start, but now Coleman and DM both going to be picked off. Gladiators still fighting. A minute remaining. Youngjin can't play forward. The sound barrier is going to be through. Gamsu going to be dead. 4 members gone at the moment. Now Luffy going to be taken down as well. Youngjin goes in, gets the uppercut, but they burn right through him, and this could be it. The Gladiators taking their way up, and they barely managed to get there. It's going to be Koma tagging in for a moment, but no one else can get the follow-up. The Gladiators will be able to take Anubis.
Junkrat not as successful as the Dragons wanted. Certainly an interesting approach. Damage boosted Junkrat, lots of resurrects there on the side of the Dragons, but at the end of the day, there was too much time in the bank. The Gladiators knew all they needed to do was to take B. They played it slow, they played it safe, they win the map.
Now it's going to be tied up 1-1. We'll see who can take a lead in this series when we come back after halftime.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.
Both of these teams are trying to start stage 2 off with a bang, and it looks like we got a good battle with things all tied up at 1-1 at the half. Welcome back, everybody. It is halftime. Malik here. We got Sideshow and Bryn in the building. Guys, very highly competitive game. I'm happy we had a competitive one in the first half, finally. So far, what are you guys thinking, man? Are you impressed with what you've seen here so far?
Yeah, Shanghai, I don't know really what they were running with the Junkrat. Big fans of Jake Lyons, apparently.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm not too sure with that attack. Wasn't working out in their favor, but an interesting game at that. I like that the patch are kind of hitting these teams hard. They're playing a lot of different stuff, seeing some stuff outside of the triple tank, triple support, so it's been fun.
Indeed, I agree with you, man. But now it is time for our Alt Economy presented by State Farm. Sideshow, what do you got for us today?
It's me, actually.
It's not me.
Yeah,
it's not
Bryn.
me.
It's
Bryn, what do you got for us?
Take a look at these ultimates over here. I'm looking at Shanghai Dragons. They got a couple of ults online. They got the Nano Boost for Luffy. They got the EMP about to come online. And also Youngjin is the guy I want you to pay attention to with his tactical visor. As we play this out, generally speaking, you don't want to use many ultimates to win out team fights. So Luffy's going to use his Nano Boost to try and win this team fight out. They've already used the EMP. They've got a pick already. This team fight is done and dust. They should be winning this, and especially now. But here's the issue, Youngjin. Don't use this. Don't use the tactical visor. He used it anyway. Why? There's no need. He's running around trying to clean up these kills. There was no point in him even using that. So that's my ult economy. Don't do that in your ranked games when the fight's already won. Don't waste your ultimates. No point.
I mean, sometimes you just see it glowing at the bottom. You want to hit that Q, man.
Yeah,
you want to hit the Q.
I don't know. 62% though. Like, you know, you could save that for the next team fight. It's not too bad, but it just... You hate to see it. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you hate to see it. Like when that happens in your ranked games, I just get tilted off the.
It's normally you that's doing it.
Never. Never.
Look, it's happened to all of us at least once, right? Once.
I've never done that.
I'm a perfect specimen when it comes.
Yeah,
to
we're
ranked.
both incredible in.
All right. Well, while we're on the subject of perfect specimens, let's talk about DM on Widowmaker. He was definitely popping off.
He's absolutely unbelievable. This guy is fantastic. He often gets compared to Carpe. They're friends in the past. Carpe, DM, they both base their names off each other. And he was dominating Shore 4. See that final blows on Shore 4? 4. You know how many Shore 4 got on DM? 0. The big fat goose egg. Absolutely nothing. DM dunked on him and continues to do so.
Yeah.
He's actually an incredible talent.
Wow.
And just taking this a bit of like a broader point as well, I've been really high on DM and Ding as a DPS duo. I think in the right meta, this could be the best DPS duo in the whole league. And I think what we're starting to see with Shanghai Dragons experimenting a little bit, if you can get Ding on heroes like his Pharah or his Hanzo as well, and you can get DM on either his Widow or his Tracer, this is a nasty DPS duo. They're going to be so good.
That's a spicy take, man. Nastiest in the.
It's just true. It's just true.
Is it?
All right. Is it? Is it though?
It could be. Yeah, honestly, it could be. Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on because DM was definitely popping off on Busan, but it was more the Decay show on Anubis, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, I would agree. And also Ding picking Junkrat for possibly unknown reasons show, but that's a bit long-winded, so we'll call it the Decay show.
Yeah, we focused on the Kung Du boys a little bit more, and I think Decay as well. We had high hopes coming into stage 2 for him. He started to warm up, clicking with the rest of his team, the LA Gladiators, and I think he's been really pushing them forward to a lot of their victories. Phenomenal Zarya player, but also we got to see him flex a little bit onto the Genji as well, which is always a treat to see.
Absolutely. Decay has, in some sense been in a bit of Zarya prison. He is fantastic, definitely in the top 5 Zaryas that we currently have in the Overwatch League, but he's really known for playing Tracer and Genji, and so he's been absolutely fantastic on a range of different heroes. Here's his statistics on Zarya over the course of this game. You can see he had a much better performance than DM once he actually got to one of his comfort picks on that Zarya. And the way that he was focusing down Ding's Junkrat tires as well.
Every time.
You saw the highlight just there, and he got no value out of it. So great performance from Decay, but like I said, I want to see him play the Genji, the Tracer a little bit more, because he's so good at both of those. And we've seen them so far in this game, and he looks fantastic.
All right, well, there's been some tweets flying throughout the entirety of this match. Let's take a quick look at those. So here's the LA Gladiators, basically showing Roar and Ding hanging out. Showing some love to each other. I like this.
They're all old teammates together as well. Right. Almost all of these guys used to playing contenders for Kongdu Panthera. The whole of Kongdu Panthera got picked up for the Overwatch League, but they got split between these two rosters.
Right.
And so there's a lot of history and a lot of love between these two guys as well.
Right. It's cool the Gladiators tweet that out, giving me a little bit of nostalgia. A bit.
Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah, hit with the heavy nostalgia.
Do you think they hang out?
No.
From time to time?
No, I don't think so. They're now just opponents. They only see, enemies with each other.
I'm laughing you guys didn't call me out for having nostalgia for something that happened, or players that were playing together just like months ago. But
everyone does have contenders. Contenders and Apex nostalgia is a thing.
Yeah, it's true talk.
Wolf and Achilles have come down with it many of the time.
Real talk. All right, well, guys, before we move into the second half, who do you think has the edge going into our second half?
Should be Shanghai if they stop playing Junkrat, I think.
Yeah,
they kind of threw the second match a little bit. Clearly, it was a tailored strategy. I'm going to keep going on about this because it was so funny to watch. They just stuck with it. They didn't want to switch off it in the slightest. Attack Junkrat might be a thing in Diamond, not on the Overwatch League stage, unfortunately.
I'm going to disagree with you, though. I think that not about the Junkrat.
I was going to say.
I think that the Gladiators should have the advantage here. I think the DM was unbelievable when it came to Busan, but it looks like they have the better game plan, and I expect that to continue in the second half.
Well, I personally enjoyed the craziness of Junkrat. Bring it back. I like craziness. But anyways, guys, it's a close one. We're all tied up 1-1. We're going to finish this one off with the second half in just a bit. They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
ladies and gentlemen, we are all tied up in the series at the moment. 1-1. Gladiators able to bring things back with a victory on Temple of Anubis, so looking a lot more stable. Still some struggles on that final attack. Just had to exceed the percentage on B, and yeah, it dwindled the clock down a bit, but they got it in the end.
Yeah, you know, Shanghai have been really fun to watch in this series so far, showcasing Soldier 76,
Yep.
DM, you know, having a great Widow performance, then, you know, Junkrat attack on Anubis with Mercy damage boost. These are things we do not see and almost never see in competitive play across Overwatch's history. We haven't seen Soldier 76 back. It's been a long time, let's just say. I haven't been counting the days myself, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do on King's Row, which is a map that has been so dominated by Reinhardt Zarya 3-3. Even going back before Goats was a meta, before Brigida was released, before Moira was released, you know, in the old days, back, you know, when Soldier 76 was meta, let's say.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of Reinhardt Zarya on this map. So will Shanghai diverge from this again, or will they stick to the 3-3? You know, go back to Reinhardt Zarya. That's the question that we're going to find the answer to in just a moment here.
It very well could just be the 3-3. We'll go ahead and jump in here. Gladiators kicking things off on the defense, and already going to be changing things up a bit. Biggoose coming out with the Batista, and we will see Hydration over on a Bastion.
Now, let's see if this bunker composition finds success.
Okay, well, good shot already. But it's going to be Hydration playing off to the top left.
Yeah, so he's basically set up a different line of sight. So this is kind of a fake. Like, they probably initially thought it was behind Roar. Now they know the truth. Com's just going to try to force them out of their hiding spots here by tagging the point. Not really
around the back,
successful.
though. Far coming through. Hydration taking a lot of damage already. And Mortality Field is going to have to be used by Biggoose just to keep himself and Hydration alive and in the mix of things.
Very successful so far.
Tick starting to come through. Biggoose going to get taken down, but Youngjin eliminated by Shaz. Rez comes in from coma. Void taking a lot of damage off screen. Will be able to stay alive, it would seem.
It's a huge res. There's a lot of potential here to get the cleanup kills now if he can get those dash resets.
Really bold push forward here. A little bit more damage would finish him off, but he's unable to fight him. But Roar in the meantime will be eliminated. We're actually going to have a pause.
Okay. So when you look at what we were seeing there for the Shanghai Dragons, we were seeing a lot of Pharah usage there to try to get line of sight on a Bastion that's repositioning. There's a lot of AoE damage in those chokes. You have to force the Bastion out of his sieged up mode there in order to get the Pharah into position. Otherwise, she's going to die trying. So they're able to do that with the Genji, get the Pharah through. What we were watching almost happen there right before the pause was Youngjin coming in with the Genji, getting the first kill, and then having his Swift Strikes reset, because you get those reset when you get a kill, and then suddenly he pops off with a 3K, and maybe the A is captured, but he wasn't able to get those last bits of hit points down to get the kill secured.
Looks like we got everything taken care of, so we'll go straight back into the action. DM going to get slept here by Shaz and taken down, but Shaz himself will be eliminated by Ding. Now Youngjin getting that dash, as you said, onto Hydration, takes him out, gets the reset. Biggoose going to get cleaned up, and it seems like this should just be the cap on A for the Shanghai Dragons as they pick up that second tick.
Well, he didn't have it before the pause, but after the pause, he does get the dash resets, he does get the kills, and now can hold a Dragon Blade, but he'll probably swap. You have to imagine. There is a world in which we could see him commit to a Nano Blade here, but if it fails, you're really behind. Here we go.
Okay, we'll go ahead. Just draw that blade straight up. Nose of the bubbles down for Decay. Tries to finish him off, but he's unable to get the damage in. DM in the meantime will be able to get the shot in onto Shaz, and Roar will be finished off by Gamsu. So still decent push forward here for the Shanghai Dragons, buying themselves a lot of space during this second phase of King's Row.
Very risky, but it does pay off. They're still going to be behind in ults. They need this to keep going.
Hounding him down, trying to get the kill on the Hydration. One of his eyes, he was looking for the kill, but is unable to do it. Oversteps a bit, but Ding reeling things back in, manages to pick off Void as the EMP rolls through.
I think this is really favorable for the Gladiators in a lot of ways because, you know, now they're going to have a grab. They have the support advantage. Youngjin going to swap over to the hero he became most famous for in Korea, which is his Doomfist. Played it usually exclusively on Gibraltar, but playing it here in this really weird setup the Shanghai Dragons are running with Mercy, Pharah, Doomfist, Widow. And we are going to see another pause here, but remember that the Gladiators are in a position now where they have a Graviton Surge almost online. They saved a lot of ultimates from those last exchanges, and the Dragon Blade got a few meters pushed there for the Shanghai Dragons. I was thinking after the Blade comes out, they're going to swap to 3-3. They did not. So let's see if this Doomfist can continue the momentum. Because if it doesn't still, you're always going to be up against this 3-3 composition that can use Graviton Surge in these corridors. You're going to have the support ult advantages as well there against whatever is being thrown at you. What was before the Dragon Blade potential build for a nice push is now going to be kind of swapped over into Meteor Strike that we're talking about, which is very powerful against 3-3 because it's immobile and you can get in there. But building that is a challenge in itself.
They do have a nano ready to roll, so maybe they want to pop it onto the Doomfist so he can get into the backline, get that reduced damage, incoming damage, so he has a bit more survivability. Couple that with the passive of the Doomfist, he can survive for quite a while with that nano. So Youngjin right now just playing patient on the flank. They already know that he's here. He showed it. So they're aware that there's a Doomfist in the game. He's going to try to work his way into the back, gets a punch in. Not going to lead to a kill, and he's just going to get taken down.
Nicely done here by the Gladiators to shut that down immediately before any of this can really manifest into that push.
It does result in a pop-out onto Void, though. He needs to get that mech back before the barrage comes in from Ding. Speaking of which, they're using it, but seems like it's not going to lead to much. Shaz just able to snipe him out of the sky, so take back what I said. Seems like Gladiators are well prepared for that Pharah ult.
This is a very awkward position for the Dragons. They're not building a lot of ultimates, and they don't have sustainability, so the Gladiators can kind of just sit on this point and out-heal the damage.
Good punch there on Aurora. He goes low enough. Shaz feels the pressure to pop that Transcendence.
What the Dragons need to do is get kills with this Doomfist. The burst potential is there. If they can blow up a single target, then this works out, but if they don't, they just get out-healed. So the cooldowns are everything here for Youngjin.
Very nicely timed there with the uppercut. That's going to be a sound barrier out. Roar getting the shields taken away from him, but still able to stay alive.
Meteor Strike almost ready.
Jump over to the side, gets the punch straight in onto the bubble. Has to use the Meteor Strike. Will drop back down. Decay, nowhere to go. Stuck in a corner. Will get popped by that one. Now Shaz as well going to be eliminated as DM finds a snipe. Youngjin goes forward, but Hydration has the stuns and the mace to go ahead and finish him off. Another barrage comes in from Ding. He melts down 3 before getting eliminated, but that will be the roll through into B for the Shanghai Dragons, bumping that time bank up just shy of 4 minutes for the final stretch.
And it's exactly as I said. If you get a single kill, you can make this work. And Youngjin didn't do it with just his abilities. He had to build his Meteor Strike and then solo kill the Zarya that was already almost at half health. But that's enough. And if he can build this again and make it happen once more, they can finish this point.
Hack in on Aurora, still going to be safe for the moment, it would seem. No one able to find a kill on him. Youngjin, however, overstepping, stunned up again, will get taken down. Shatter used, not leading to too much. Ding just going to be leaving here with that translocator.
We are going to see the swaps come through for the Dragons now. Hydration's playing a lot more safe, and then this isn't working out as well for Youngjin anymore. But it's incredible what the Shanghai Dragons were able to do with a non-meta composition, and even though this is a new patch, this is still unexpected.
Now charging their way forward. Bob's gonna be out. Void just finds a triple kill out of nowhere. Just yanks that one right out of a hat. 3 of them instantly disappearing, and that is the team wipe. Finish as Ding will go down.
Well, this is the Dragons now needing to stabilize fast, because that was a nice way to shut down the build-up. Already Decay was ahead because Shanghai Dragons were on the weird Doomfist.
Yeah, waiting on the corner. Decay drops in the grab. Instant cleanup coming through.
And now for the first time in a long time, we're going to watch this self-destruct again. We didn't see this first person. He's going to launch it across here.
Just lobs it in.
Yeah. There's just no way to stop it. Gamsu is not in the position he needs to be to block it. But, you know, for the first time in a long time, DM is ahead in Zarya ult charge. They've lost a lot of time on the way, but this is when this EMP needs to get value. We need to see that ult built quickly, or the Gladiators are going to just stop this from completing.
EMP going to be thrown down. Roar instantly disappearing, but Gamsu as well. So an exchange on the Reinhardt's, but now Biggoose going to be taken out with the sound barrier ready to roll. We'll have that for the follow-up fight as they try to halt this card again. 1 of 45 remaining on the clock for Shanghai as they round the final corner.
Everyone remembers Seoul versus New York. There's always that fear for Shaz that he's going to get hacked here when the grab is ready for DM. He needs to stay back. See the attempt here from Ding. He does get taken out. Nice play by Shaz. That's what you're always afraid of.
Yeah, and now it's going to be the push forward here as DM is isolated and eliminated.
Huge play. It's always amazing to see Zens that can react quickly to an invisible hero and take them out. It's a DPS versus support as Shaz wins the exchange. Now we see the swaps coming through. The Dragons are absolute madmen. They're going to try the Junkrat again. Boosted damage.
All right, well, Ting already taking a ton of damage here. Now the grab going to be locking them all up. That will be the Transcendence out from Luffy, trying to keep him alive. Boyd comes up with another multi-kill with that bomb, taking out Gamsu and Ting.
Nice job by Roar to set that up with the charge. And the Shanghai Dragons are all but out of steam. Shaz wasn't hacked in that moment. He does still hold the Transcendence. And there's an answer now, an easy answer to the only real tool, this grab.
That solo grab here onto Decay.
Shaz too far away. Nice play here by DM. Sees the solo target, and he's going to pick him off.
Is that going to be enough? Decay's going to be able to join in right as they make their way over to the cart here. Now respawned and coming back through. We'll see. Could cost them in the long run. The cart starting to inch its way forward again. 20 seconds remaining. This has to be the fight here. Gamsu under some pressure, gets the bubble out from DM to try to stay alive. Shatter going to be online, waiting for his opportunity to drop the hammer. Shatter comes out, gets the block against Roars. His barrier is so dangerously low, slams it down. That's going to be two. Getting locked up, including Decay, but he's not going to get taken down. Shaz stands back up. It's a Transcendence. Gladiators still in the fight. Ding gets rezzed back in, the tire nearly online. Can he find a multi-kill here to break things open?
It's been shut down so many times. This is his chance to redeem himself.
This would be the high pressure to actually pull this one off. It's right up into the front, pops it. That's going to be Roar taken down. Boyd's got another bomb ready to go. The Transcendence going to be expiring now. Hydration going to be eliminated. Biggoose trying to stay alive. Bomb goes straight up into the air. Grab going to be expiring. Boyd finds another double kill. The same two characters, Gamsu and Ding. Both going to be taken down. McCullough has the instant res on the Gamsu to put him straight back into the fight, and there's nearly another Shatter online for that Reinhardt. They break down a Void. They get rid of the Baby Diva. Hydration comes back in with a Wrecking Ball. Shaz has the Transcendence. Hydration and Roar both going to be knocked to the ground. The pin coming through. Roar going to be eliminated. Sound Barrier now out from Biggoose, trying to buy some time. He catches the 4 remaining members of the Gladiators that are here onto the point. Decay getting closer and closer to that next Graviton Surge. Has it online. Needs to throw it, but he needs to also get the follow-up kills. Hydration just going to be swinging around with a rope, but he's not going to be able to find too much. Youngjin taken down. Decay out of the fight. Void melted out of the mech. The res back in on a Youngjin. The Baby Diva going to be eliminated. Roar pushing forward, tries to buy some time. He's going to get pooped over the side, charges back through to buy a little bit more. But in the end, it will be Shanghai Dragons. It's finishing King's Row, but in overtime.
Absolutely crazy, scrappy fight for the Dragons. As exciting as it is that they finally do pull through to see it is in overtime. This map is far from over. There's a really good shot for the Gladiators to take the 2-1 lead.
As is this series, it's back and forth, back and forth. Let's see what happens for the Gladiators on their attack.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Shanghai Dragons able to get the
finish line there on King's Row, but not with time in the bank. Was an overtime finish, despite a very strong start to this map. Got a very quickly overall, and had a pretty significant time bank. So good defense by the Gladiators to drain that one down.
Yeah, very well played. And for the Dragons, we will see once again Junkrat Orisa defense here with the Roadhog variation Youngjin on this. For the Gladiators, we'll have to wait and see how they adapt because there's no way to know as the gates open that this is what they are running. So what you see from them coming out of the gates here is very likely to change very rapidly. They want the double sniper up here at the front to potentially get a pick. And Mortality Field makes this safe so they can literally stand as they want. Then they'll swap over back to a normal composition. It's going to be the Pharah Genji dive here.
Okay, so yeah, Decay going for the Genji again.
Basically the same thing we just saw from the Dragons, but there is no Batiste on the defense.
He's going to have to be careful. He's probably having flashbacks now knowing that Ding is on the Junkrat of that nice little trap that led to a pin. No Reinhardt to worry about, at least, from Gamsu this time around. DM taking some shots. Not going to find the hit there on the Shaz. Would have been a crucial pickoff. Could have gotten it, but Decay will be eliminated as Youngjin comes up with a nice hook there.
Yeah, this is a nice start here for the Dragons. So remember, as we talked about in our previous series on Rialto with the Hanzo, when you're running this specific composition, the Dragon Strike is one of the most terrifying things that can break this bunker, because you all want to stand in one place. Nice hook here. You all want to stand in one place where you can't be hit by ranged damage, and it's very difficult for Dive to get through. But a Dragon Strike breaks that completely wide open. So if you can kill the Hanzo and prevent him from getting that, then it becomes a completely different story. He's actually going to swap over to the Sombra, though, because he's just not able to do any damage with his shield here.
Yep, now Roar going to be taken out. Going to come through, got locked up, and Gamsu's able to scoop the killing blow. Hydration still trying to run the Pharah, is pocketed, but DM, with that headshot, could just go ahead and straight up take him out. Void, nearly getting sniped, will go ahead and jump back with the Translocator, managed to find a hit on a Gamsu, but Rez is available from Coma, so the Orisa going to be back into the fight, but this is going to be the Gladiators in onto the point now, starting to pick their way up. Gamsu's got to push his way out. Rez is in, Decay back into the fight. Barrage coming down from Hydration, finds one kill on the Luffy. Will scoop up that supercharger as well, and that should be the break here. All that they needed to get A.
There's no defense matrix in this composition to mitigate a barrage like that. Hydration got exactly where he needed to be. And that's huge, too, because, you know, you're starting to worry if you're a Gladiators fan about if this doesn't work, what does work, because they don't have a hit scan player in this lineup to challenge DM on the Widow. We'll see swaps for the Dragons here across the board, but the Gladiators want to get value out of this Dragon Blade. 5% away. There's a pairing with the EMP.
Gamsu maybe caught out here. Gonna be taking down the tire again. Not gonna find anything. It's just not Ding's day for these rip tires. And he will get finished off by Hydration. Now Decay drawing out the blade, instantly stunned up, but not gonna be killed off. Jumps into the back. Still going low, but has the pocket coming through from Shaz to try to keep him alive. The blade, however, not gonna lead to any kills. So Decay's blades, Ding's tires, kind of on a level playing field at the moment, but Ding is shifting away. He's over onto the Pharah.
Yeah. You know, these teammates would swap in and out of each other. Former teammates, I should say, would swap in and out. Subs of each other. It's completely different projectile players. But, you know, the damage for the Dragon Blade was there. You don't always see it in the kill feed, but it was absolutely impactful.
Very true.
And now we're going to see DM leading in the ult charge, but only slightly. But this can all change because the X factor here is the Sombra. Undetected at the moment, and this can be how Decay surges ahead in ult charge in this next fight.
Waiting for his moment, pushes forward, throws down that EMP, catches 3. Barrage coming out from Hydration. Not gonna find any kills yet because it's gonna be good heals coming in. So Shanghai Dragons just trying to hold on here, but Coma will get taken down. Now Ding is way in the back by himself with no healing, starts pushing forward. One more rocket from Hydration will finish him up, but instead it's just gonna be a mine from Roar to go ahead and take him down. So B gonna be grabbed by the Gladiators. 4:17 on the clock as they start advancing.
Yeah, they all kind of share the credit on these kills too, and Decay doesn't earn that much Graviton Surge charge, but it doesn't matter because they have such a massive time bank here. They could just swap off of these heroes, be okay with being behind in Graviton charge because they can eventually, with enough eco pushes, just like we saw in Anubis, if they play it slowly and safely, take this with a time bank.
DM's going to be beaming away, throws down that Graviton Surge. And instantly the kills will start coming through, so will be
some stability for the Shanghai Dragons, but they really have to dig in because 340 still remaining a long time to try to defend this to force out that double OT on either side.
Let's see if the Dragons decide to play far forward like this non-stop, because it can backfire, especially with this pop they're running with the Junkrat. Can get caught, can get steamrolled here if there's a single pick.
A rally's out from Youngjin. Gamsu going so low. Just gonna get spammed back up here by Koma as he gets ready to have the Valkyrie online. Hydration gonna get picked. Ding finds him. Now swinging away with a nano boost. Gamsu just looking to build up for that next Earth Shatter.
And that's an efficient usage of an ultimate for the defense. They do not have a Zenyatta in the field, so there's no way to shut down the Graviton Surge. They're going to take the fight to the Gladiators, away from the cart, force them to fight off the cart, far away from the objective. And, you know, you could build this so quickly, the nano boost. There's ways to be efficient with that, as we're seeing already. Riptire's the next step here. And he's going to, oh, it looks like he wanted to try to flank around.
Just peeling his way back. How far forward the Gladiators are pushing up here. Tire comes out. It's not going to lead to any kills still. They manage to stay alive. Roar, however, dangerously low. Will get finished.
Big shatter.
The shadow coming in. Okay, I thought he was almost pooped into the pit there, but it seems like he does manage to stay alive a little bit longer. Transcendence still going to be used in the fight. Chaz trying to keep the rest of them alive, but now they have to retreat. This is when the question comes in, would it have just been better to die with the Transcendence still available and come back to the next fight?
I think you're definitely right about that.
I mean, DM's holding onto a grab now, so the answer is absolutely yes.
You're definitely right about that. And in these longer fights, when the Junkrat is just doing damage nonstop, he builds another Riptire. These are the most efficient ults you could use to defend with, because they build so quickly.
Rallies out from both sides. DM goes ahead, uses that Graviton Surge. The pin is good on a Hydration, finishes him off. Sound barrier there for the rest of the members. They try to stay alive. Roar pops the Primal, was slept for a moment, but they actually woke him back up. Now the bomb into the back void, not going to find any picks, but Youngjin's still going to get taken down as Decay scoops up a double kill. Youngjin and Gamsu both going to be eliminated.
This needs to be a big tire.
Grab of his own.
This needs to be a big tire.
It's pushing forward, manages to get through. There you go, Ding, finally getting something done.
That had to be it. They needed that so badly, and he's, after so many weak tires, no kills, shutdowns, he hits the one that matters at the last moment here. Absolutely clutch. The clutch tire is what saves them now and gives them an opportunity to build ultimates again. Again, there's no way to shut down the grab of Decay, so they have to fight away from the cart. They have to fight forward, so there's a chance for respawns if that is going to be the fight-winning ultimate. Another tire far away now.
Yeah, Shatter going to be ready here for Gamsu. Can he set it up? Drops a hammer. Doesn't seem like he's going to be able to find too much. Then coming in, Gamsu going to be taken down. Roar finds a double. DM going to be res back through. Koma will sneak his way in to get that res off. Hydration going lower and lower. Will get picked in the end. Sting snatches him with a remote bomb. The cart's starting to advance again. 40 seconds remaining.
They need to go into stagger mode here. No Riptire.
Taken down. Roar playing right up against the wall here. Has that Shatter ready to roll. Pushes Gamsu back. Drops it. No one going to be able to make it out of the spawn room. So Gladiators do manage to finish King's Row.
Well played, blocking them off there, locking them in, not letting them touch the cart. Killing the Junkrat was the first step. The Riptire could have delayed, then they made sure no one could touch. Very nice closing here for the Gladiators.
A minute and 32 for these guys. Let's see what happens when we come back for OT. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, overtime to decide who will take the lead in this series and move up to 1 or have a draw.
It is possible, but that's why we've changed the order. So.
It's less likely.
Yes.
But
for the defense here, once again, we're going to see the Bastion Batiste defense that is so popular right now, both in just high-level ranked play, and, you know, we've all heard stories of the scrims, but Youngjin, let's see if he can, with a much smaller time bank to work with here, once again get those resets we saw just as the pause expired. That's really key. Decay is matching the Widow, but it's never really been his strong suit.
action.
He has defender's advantage. He has positional line of sight advantage, but he's already losing it.
All right, well, DM, yeah, managing to take him down. Mortality Field's going to be used, and Ding will get taken out of the sky by Hydration. Balls up for a second one onto Koma, so completely dismantling that pharmacy composition. Youngjin on his exit, just casually dashing through, gets a kill on a Hydration.
It's too late, though. We're going to have to wait for the respawns to come through. DM can't carry this, even if he beats Decay in the one-on-one Widow versus Widow matchup. They need more. This has to be it right now. Youngjin needs those kills.
That's coming through. Biggoose taking down Koma, but Shaz will be on the exchange as Youngjin dashes through again. Gonna be the Amphield thrown down, looking for a target, spamming away. Kamsu right there in the doorway. A prime target will be eliminated. Now Youngjin gonna be gone. Clock ticks down. They can't get anything.
Nope. Solid defense here, and with a time bank that small, it's very difficult to utilize the Genji dive there. You only have realistically 2 shots to get the dash resets and finish off those targets. And when there's Immortality Field in the mix as well, because we used to see Genji used against Junkrat Arisa before Batiste a lot, and it was a lot easier back then to get the dash resets. With Immortality Field being a factor, you have all the burst healing there. Not only with the AoE, but with the right-click grenades from Batiste, it's just so difficult. And then your next thing you're thinking about is, okay, well, I'm going to get this Dragon Blade, but with 60 seconds on the clock, it's not realistic. You know, Decay's Widow was one of the reasons why Hongdu really struggled back in the Widow meta in Korea. But even though DM wins it, that's not enough on A to get a point like this against a Bastion comp. It's going to become more impactful now for the Shanghai Dragons on defense, however, in this Widow versus Widow matchup, because now you have this situation where DM can control Decay. He's going to have line of sight advantage as the defender. And that may be what leads to the Dragons tying this round and having the escort map be the decider.
Well, Decay at least going to be looking for that opening snipe here again. Dragons running the same comp. Kamsu takes a bit of damage before he can get the barrier up, but otherwise we'll be okay. Swap's going to be coming through Decay back over onto the Genji.
And Winston coming through rather than the Wrecking Ball. Very good, I think, against the mines from the Junkrat. There's no way to shut that down as a Wrecking Ball outside of your adaptive shield, whereas the barrier can give you control of the point, as you can see here.
Well, we see the Widow alone onto the point. Kamsu has to drop down. Doesn't have the barrier here for himself. Biggoose going low, managing to stay alive. Youngjin going to be taking a breather. Joins in behind the shield, and Roar will be taken out by DM.
The Junkrat, or excuse me, the Hog is so good.
Decay! Double kill. Koma and DM both going to be taken down now. The res back through the Winston into the mix. Hydration finds Kamsu right before he gets taken down by Ding. It seems like that is going to be it. They work their way up. At least one person contesting is Youngjin alone. Taking a breather again, but he gets pushed off the point. Can't make it back in. And the Gladiators will be able to take the lead here 2-1 as they close out King's Row.
I was going to say the Hog is good at sticking to the point, but, you know, we do see those dash resets go through. Decay does what Youngjin cannot in terms of the dash resets. They win the point with that. And that's all she writes.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the lead here. Match point for the Gladiators. Let's see if they can close it out when we come back.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Welcome to Assist of the Week, presented by State Farm. The Vancouver Titans were looking to close out a clean 4-0 against the Seoul Dynasty on Rialto. Now, all Zarya players know the frustration of ulting into a diva, so Bumper earth shatters her to the ground. So Mansu follows up with the Graviton Surge on the entire team, and this sets up Janu for the dunk from behind.
The self-destructive net is a great knockback to set up the triple kill for Janu there. Vancouver Titans again just instantly eliminating Seoul.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1. The scoreline at the moment is the Gladiators take the lead after a victory there on Kings Row. Bit down to the wire, but crucially, Biggoose getting that shot on Coma with the Matisse. Absolutely huge. Really helped turn the fight into their favor.
Yeah, it's these... When you have these tiny time banks, you have to be extremely clutch, and we did see that from Decay. Youngjin was close. He was able to do it previously, but, you know, if you start to get those dash resets, it's all over. All you need is a single tick. Very, very close map. Absolutely down to the wire.
And it was. But Gibraltar could be the final map in this series, unless we can go to the distance twice in a row. Saw the reverse sweep out from Boston. Shanghai Dragons can they turn things around at least and tie us up to force another control map. They looked very convincing on Busan.
So Youngjin was a player that kind of burst into the scene in Korea, was known for hit scan. He originally started as a Soldier 76 player, then became pretty known for his McCree. But the game everyone remembers, especially in the Western scene, was when he first played Doomfist on this map, Gibraltar, and basically stuck with it throughout the entirety of A and B. When you look at the starting lineup here, he is showing it, I think probably as an homage to that game. If he sticks with it, though, I'd be surprised. But, I mean, look, Shanghai's played their version of the meta tonight, and it has definitely been a little bit weird.
It's been entertaining. That is also certain. So, for now, we'll be going through with the Doomfist, but he's playing back by the spawn still. Seems like he's getting a bit of a scouting report from the rest of the squad.
Doomfist is all about flanking and getting surprise damage done so you can build your shields.
Okay.
I'm just going to use this to rejoin.
He's decided, jumps up here onto the high ground. It's a lot of shielding, but takes a lot of damage. Shaz will be able to snipe him right in the butt. Takes him down. That's going to be the kills coming to the Gladiators. So maybe a swap already.
Could be. Just going to stick with it for now. Remember, the Meteor Strike is the critical thing to do against 3-3, or the critical way to play this in a composition like this. This is totally different than, you know, we haven't seen Doomfist a lot in Overwatch League. The team most known for it recently was Element Mystic. They played it with Brigitte. This is a totally different thing. He's just trying to get in there, get the ult charge up, use Meteor Strike to get a solo kill, and then win the ensuing fight. That's the idea here. So he's just trying to build ult.
I got a good sleep dart onto Decay, but no way to really follow up. Punch going through. Youngjin again.
He's living through it all.
Though. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna move up the cart. I'm just gonna do this, guys. Coleman, in the meantime, though, will be eliminated. The tank line filling up the kill feed right now as Shanghai Dragons continue to struggle, but continue to run the same exact thing.
Doomfist has always been a hero that can get solo kills, you know, just through slamming someone into a wall. But in this meta, with such high hit point bars and such good formations, and you're so easily going to get stunned because everyone's standing on top of hydration, literally the stun member, that's hard to do that. Looked like he was trying to build up the ultimate there, but he didn't get enough done. Now he's going to swap over to the Brigitte.
I'll jump into the back. Luffy going lower and lower. Hydration pushing forward. He's going to be swinging away. Nearly gets the poop off the side of the map. Koma going to be using that Valkyrie to try to stay alive. Ding. Messing the EMP, and Decay will be taken down. Roar, however, with his Primal Rage, gets himself a double kill as Luffy and Youngjin both will be eliminated. Ult now expired, but the damage done. Roar is absolutely dominating at the moment. I think 4 kills over to him.
Let's address the elephant in the room here for a moment. Everyone loves watching different compositions like this, DPS, the Wrecking Ball. Shanghai Dragons composition has no theme. It does not make sense. It does not have any win conditions here on this point. You can't get line of sight with DM when they're going to stand in this position here. You can't build an EMP when you're going to get stunned because everyone's staying on top of hydration. And Shanghai Dragons are just non-stop swapping composition here. They have thrown away the majority of their time bank trying to break the wheel of the meta, and it is certainly not looking favorable for them right now. Now they're massively behind an ult charge as they match.
And Roar dropping down nearly with another Primal ready to go, just 11% off of that one. Cart, however, will make it through the underpass, start rounding the final corner here
to make it into A. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Decay trying to build up that energy, trying to get the grab online. Now going to have it. When does he want to throw it? Because again, Devil is comp for the Shanghai Dragons, so doesn't have to have any worry about using this ult. It seems like he can just hold on to it because Roar with the Primal Range comes up with another kill on the Luffy. So many kills preceding that. This will be the cleanup. One more push realistically for the Dragons to get into A.
He doesn't need it, and it's very obvious that Luffy is behind an ult charge, and it still doesn't have a trance yet. He should have it by the time that now the K could potentially use it, but there are ways to force that out early. The Gladiators are just, playing standard here. It's working out. And I don't know what, the Dragons are going to do here. The trance has to be extremely good after this EMP. Could shut down the grab that way as well.
Should have the follow-up sound barrier. Roar going to get taken lower and lower. A little bit too late from Shaz with that Transcendence. Shadow going to be out from Gamsu, locking up 2. Migration going to be hitting the wall. Rally Armor trying to keep him alive for a little bit longer. The Fire Strike will be able to finish him off. Void goes forward, manages to find Luffy, and now it's going to be the sound barrier out from Coma, but Gamsu still going to get melted through. Ding manages to find Decay. It's a bit of a back and forth. Grab comes in. Void dumps the bomb. Going to try to make it back into the mech. Will be able to do so. Coma just trying to elongate this as long as humanly possible. Now he's on his lonesome. Gets an armor pack. Youngjin comes back in. OT starting to tick down. Can they even tag in? Coma manages to force it out for a little bit longer, but will get finished off by Shaz. This will be the cleanup. That'll be the hold. Full hold executed by the Gladiators, the Shanghai Dragons. Investing a bit too long into some crazy comps at the start.
Yeah, the Doomfist idea, to build the Meteor Strike didn't work. It wasn't successful. Youngjin tried multiple times, was shut down by hydration. The Gladiators had the perfect positioning to shut down both DM's Widow, could not get line of sight into that container, and also the Doomfist because Youngjin couldn't get in and actually do enough damage to build ult charge when he was repeatedly stunned by hydration. It was on the Brigida. And when you're in that position, there's just nothing else you could do as the Doomfist. When everyone's standing in one place, you can't go find another target that's away from the Brigida. And it felt like the Shanghai Dragons wanted to stick to the plan. They thought, okay, well, eventually this should work, but it wasn't going to work. And, by the time they swapped, they were a whole ult cycle behind with a mirror composition. Positional disadvantage against the defenders. Everything went awry. It looks like the Shanghai Dragons look like fools in a moment like this where they couldn't make their composition work, but it's very difficult to swap on the fly when you've prepared such a specific strategy and it fails and falls on its face like that.
Well, Youngjin investing heavily into the Doomfist, unfortunately not translating too much in the way of victories at the moment, and missing out on the jump as well. You can do it.
There you go.
There we go. We nailed it. Second time's the charm.
Well, this looks familiar. Junkrat Orisa, Roadhog for the Shanghai Dragons, DM with line of sight advantage. The Gladiators just going to be running 3-3.
Oh, hook over to the side. Oh, man. This is a horror movie. Well, Void actually makes it out with the mech intact.
Insane that he actually escaped there.
Okay. I mean, there's a Junkrat. You got a... oh, man. Field an eye from Luffy, maybe, but still actually manages to escape with that intact. But DM will be able to find a nice shot onto Shaz to start things off for the second volley of attacks. Trying to get an angle, but the shields are raised.
The thing is, the cart is still moving, though. Yep. And with this time bank and the short distance they have to go, I don't know if that's enough.
Okay, well, Youngjin finds Biggoose. But Gamsu now going to be taken down. DM playing up against the cart. Let's wrap around, get back onto the high ground here.
Gamsu could be rezzed, but it's going to be tough. Yeah, there's not enough position here. Coma dies for it.
Yeah, he jumps to his death, and Coma as well, going for that res. Going to be taken down, so already things looking phenomenal for the Gladiators, who are inching closer and closer to the finish. Luffy now taken out. Seems like it's only going to be a matter of time unless the Dragons can pull out a miracle from their back pocket right now.
I mean, look at this.
Gone. Their damage, the majority of their damage, going to be eliminated. DM going to be taken down. Biggoose going on the offensive. Gamsu going to be dead on the cart. And now they can just zone them back. They will do just that. And that will be the series going the way of the LA Gladiators. They close it out with a 3-1 victory over the Shanghai Dragons.
Shanghai's view of the meta is certainly unique, but at the end of the day, Gladiators not only showcase standard 3-3 and situations where they were against very unusual comps and they still made it work, but they showed a little flavor of their own as well. Decay showcasing the Genji And this was a great match for the Gladiators overall. Will take the lead. Both of these teams were 3-4. This is going to push the Gladiators to an even score of 4-4. Both of these teams were trending upwards at the end of the stage. But these former teammates will hug on stage, and, you know, it's a bittersweet moment to win this when you're defeating your friends and former teammates.
But nothing but good vibes overall from the squad. Great stuff from Biggoose there at the end, going
Shaz
on the offensive. But yeah, I mean, Shaz as well, phenomenal. The support line had one hell of a game.
Shaz playing incredibly. I mean, he really, really did.
Well, guys, we have Danny Lim standing by on the floor with Decay, so let's go ahead and hear from him.
Thanks, guys. What is up? I am here joined by Decay from Los Angeles Gladiators. Gladiators fans, make some noise. Give it up for Decay. Great job today. Now, you had to face off against your former teammates of Gwangju Panthera. Did you feel like that sort of messed with your head at all? Like, did that affect your gameplay today? 오늘 어떻게 좀 상하이 팀의 많은 이제 선수분들이 예전 팀원들이었던 이제 콩두 팬테라에 있던 팀원들이어서 좀 더 그게 좀 오늘 경기에 좀 영향을 좀 미쳤다고 생각을 하시나요?
제가 오늘따라 좀 긴장이 많이 돼가지고 제 실력을 발휘를 못해서 좀 아쉬워요 지금.
So, for some reason today, going into the match and throughout the whole match today, I felt like I couldn't really play as well as I was supposed to, and I'm really sad about that. What do you feel that caused it that way? Like, what do you think is a reason that you couldn't perform to your level? 어떻게 해서 좀 오늘 아까 방금 말씀하셨던 것처럼 좀 원래 했던 것만큼 좀 실력을 발휘 못하셨다고 디케 선수 말씀을 해주셨는데 왜 그러신 것 같으신가요?
상하이에 예전 제 팀 선수들도 많고. 그리고 오늘 이 스테이지 2 이제 첫 경기잖아요. 이제 그것 때문에 또 긴장도 돼가지고 좀 그랬던 것 같아요.
I feel like that's because today is the first day of stage 2. I was a little nervous, and also because Shanghai Dragons, they had a lot of my former teammates in Gwangju Panthera. All right, cool. Well, but Gladiators won today's match, so congratulations on that. And also, Gladiators, you guys had the longest time to practice for stage 2 and the new meta. Did you feel like that sort of helped you guys at all? 오늘 아무래도 좀 글래디에이터 팀이 준비 기간이 좀 더 길었잖아요, 다른 팀보다. 그게 좀 오늘 좀 도움이 많이 됐다고 생각을 하시나요?
네. 연습 기간이 길었던 만큼 저희가 이제 조합 같은 거나 새로운 전략을 좀 많이 짤 수 있어서 그게 오늘 승리에 좀 기여가 많이 된 것 같아요.
I definitely think that's true because we had a lot of time to practice. I felt like we were able to use all these strategies and all the compositions that we came up with, and that's how we won. Alrighty, everybody, give it up for Decay one more time. Congratulations. Back to you guys, casters.
Thank you very much, Danny. Good to hear from Decay there. And, good mention, shout out to his former teammates from Gwangju Panthera. Like he said, maybe a little bit bittersweet to take them down. Maybe it was a little, a good feeling, a cheerful feeling, because you know that you're still friends with those guys.
Oh, absolutely. Really, really fun match overall. Shanghai definitely showing us something different. I think there's definitely some iterations those strategies are going to have to go through before they are ready here for stage 2.
Seems like there wasn't much of a vetting process. I think we need to instill one of those. But guys, let's go ahead, figure out who our player of the match was, presented by Omen by HP. And it's going to be the first, who we just heard from. It's Decay.
Decay had a really great Anubis in particular. We're going to take a look at some of that. Shutting down multiple rip tires as well. And I have to give an honorable mention to Shaz, who not only dealt with Sombra extremely well, but had transcendences at all the right times.
Taking out rip tires.
Yeah, this is another one of those rip tire kills from Decay. There were multiple.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, this roster really, I feel like, showcased how good they are at adapting on the fly, because no one is prepared for this. No one has scrimmed for this, right? And Decay just plays a solid Zarya. He gets the dash resets on the Genji to win King's Row. And he came up clutch when they needed him the most.
Nicely done by Decay and the Gladiators to scoop up that victory fairly convincingly with the 3-1. But guys, we're not done yet. We still have one more series to play to close out day 1 of stage 2. A lot of numbers that I'm shouting around, but stay tuned because it's going to be Paris Eternal going up against the Guangzhou Charge. You do not want to miss it. So stay tuned. We'll see you in just a few.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered.
Welcome back, guys. Dylan Monte Cristo once again with you for our final match of the day. It's going to be great. Guangzhou Charge taking on the Paris Eternal. And after the season, or the stage rather, that Paris had last time around, you can expect this one to be kind of a tough one coming into it.
Yeah, especially because, as you've seen today, we are shifting into a meta where multi-DPS looks do have a lot of advantages, and the Charge are very good at putting those on maps.
There you go, our overall season standings at the moment. Of course, we expect that to change quite a bit throughout the stage, but Eternal has a lot of ground to make up. Charge going 3-4 in their first stage. They had such a tough schedule as we look at the patch changes and the map changes and the heroes.